Hey everybody, and welcome to Amy Nolte Music. Now, on any given day, if you were to ask me what's the best thing on the entire internet, because people do ask that, I'll say one of two things. I might say that it's that video where Paul McCartney drives around with James Corden and they sing songs, and then they go to Liverpool and visit his old house and he does a surprise concert. That's a really good thing on the internet. Maybe second best. But the first best thing on the internet is by a couple of guys that maybe you've never even heard of. Ken Peplowski on clarinet, Frank Vignola on his guitar. And if you're not even a jazz fan, if you only just like music, I think you will still agree that this is the best thing on the internet. Fight me. Ken Peplowski, amazing clarinet player, amazing saxophone player. Frank Vignola, amazing guitarist. I got to play with both of them when I was in college, 1995, I think. They came to my college and they did this very thing that I'm going to show you in this video. They played Tiger Rag. And before they played it, I think Frank Vignola got up to the microphone and he said, Ken and I are about to do something that no other two people on the planet can do. And then they played it. And I think that he's right about that. Take a listen. This is 1995, same year that I was 18, but not at my college. I think they're in Germany. Okay, now that's just a little taste, but hopefully I've whetted your appetite, and here we go. They're playing Tiger Rag. Tiger Rag is one of the first, like Ken Peplowski said, recorded jazz songs or recorded songs that there is. It was originally recorded by the original Dixieland Jazz band with two S's in the word jazz, and it was also recorded by a lot of other people. Art Tatum has just a masterclass of a recording. On this song, maybe the epitome of Tiger Rag, if you want to look it up, played by lots of people, Bix Beiderbecke and even Frank Sinatra. The Mills Brothers had a hit with it. I think the Art Tatum is the definitive recording. Lots of people have played it. Also, lots of people have used the chord changes from it. So the chord changes, I'll show you. I've got a guitar right here. I'll do my best. They're the same chord changes to Bourbon Street Parade, which goes, let's fly down or drive down to New Orleans. It's just the one chord a bunch of times and the 5 chord a bunch of times. That city, it's pretty, historic scenes, goes back to the 1 chord. I'll take you, parade you down Bourbon Street, goes to the 4 chord. Then it goes 4 to sharp 4. There's a lot of hot spots, we'll see all the big spots. Back to, that's E7. A7 down on Bourbon Street. But this one goes, hold that tiger, hold that tight. People wrote lyrics to it later, but those are the chord changes, and they are fun to improvise over. If you watch this video on the Nebula platform, it's an extended video, and I'll get more into the nitty-gritty of what makes Tiger Rag, what makes this arrangement, more on that at the end. The first thing these two do is to play the first strain to Tiger Rag, so I'm going to let that play in its entirety, the first strain. Okay, the first thing that maybe you'll notice is that they're playing at a tempo is an ungodly tempo. I clock it at about 360 beats per minute. Now, I think Art Tatum played it right around that as well, right around 360. It's about as fast as humanly possible. If you're talking about quarter notes, they're going by 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're talking about eighth notes, they're going by if you're talking about triplets, I mean, it's so fast. Like, there's really no room to play anything except for eighth notes and longer. But Frank Vignola, right? Watch his hand. It's insane. He is the metronome. First thing you can tell by listening to Frank Vignola play like this is that he has played with a metronome for a really long time. Now, I will also say that Ken Peplowski is a metronome in his own right. He has this time going on in his own head. I mean, he hears it from Frank Vignola, right? But he also has it so strong within himself that he hardly has to. I mean, it seems effortless, which is the main thing about this video, is that somehow they're playing at 365 beats per minute, and it seems effortless. Let's listen to the next strain. Did you hear that little break? No, 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 no. That's so tasty. We're going to hear lots of little things that Frank Vignola does that make him a great accompanist. This is one of them. Ken Peplowski took a break for a bar, 2 bars, and Frank Vignola knew exactly how to fill up the space. Okay, now the main section of Hold That Tiger starts, of Tiger Rag. What's the volume level? These guys are mezzo piano. Right. It's not loud. That's a really hard thing to do. When you're playing at a tempo this fast, it's hard not to be loud. And it is so hard to play so fast and to be so calm that you let yourself play quiet. There's another 2-bar fill from Frank Vignola, different than the first one. This is where we get our very first taste of Ken Peplowski playing a bunch of eighth notes in a row. Something like that. And it was twice as long, too. I didn't sing the first part of it. But how much practice does it take? It's mastery, right? Like, Ken Peplowski has mastered his instrument. He would probably tell you that he's got more to learn, because all great musicians do. But just, thousands of hours of practice to be able to play this smoothly at this tempo. People work on their eighth notes for years before they can even sound like they're swinging at a 120 BPM, let alone 360. Crazy. Frank Vignola knows he's going to fill that 2-bar break. There's going to be some times here when he doesn't fill the 2-bar break, but there's something about that line that Ken Peplowski played that Frank Vignola knew to fill it, and he did. What a beautiful line. It's a melody. We're going to see him do several things. We're going to see Ken Peplowski play some melodies that are singable, like I Could Just Sing. We're going to see him play some really fast kind of eighth note lines that are hard to sing. We're going to see him play some classical kinds of lines that he probably knows from his own practice. I'll show you some coming up. We're also going to see him play with rhythm. We're going to see him accent certain notes on beats that typically aren't accented. That's a real Dixieland flavor that he's throwing in right there, and the best players can do it. There's another melody coming right into some eighth note lines. That time on the 2-bar break, Frank Vignola let him have the first bar and a half of it, and then he led him into the next part. Another sign of a great accompanist. That seems classical to me, or like a rudiment, like something that you would practice, an etude or something like. like leading yourself up to those chord tones by chromatic steps. Those are the kinds of things that we practice, and especially horn players. Can we just take a second and notice Frank Vignola's hand again? You can barely see it. I love that on his, what is this, third chorus, Ken Peplowski goes into the low range of his clarinet. Now, going to the low range and playing a lot of notes and pretty flourishes like he's doing, it gives him room to grow. I think this is his last chorus before Frank Vignola is going to start his solo. So for him to not go nuts at the end of it is something. I mean, he's given himself room in this last chorus to start low and probably give us a little, like, you know, single forte bang for our buck before Frank Vignola comes in. Okay, this is an aside, but I always really enjoy watching horn players, and when they're just at the end of their air, their face is really, really red, then they take a breath, and immediately you see their face get white again. Yeah, he did give a bang for our buck. Right at the end, he comes up high. He really wraps up his solo nicely, and Frank Vignola's turn. Now, for Frank Vignola to take a turn, I just want to ask you, like, how do you think that's going to happen? Because up till now, he's been the metronome, he's been the engine, he's been the rhythm, right? Right? Like, that is like having a drummer. It's also kind of like having a bass player, but it's also the harmony. It's also the metronome. So it's like four things, four hats that Mr. Frank Vignola, the master, is wearing, which is amazing. And he's the best at it in the world, I think. So for Ken Peplowski to drop out, to let Frank Vignola take a solo, it's mind-blowing that Frank Vignola can do it at that tempo. Now, if you watch me on the Nebula version of this video, you'll see me do a little thing I like to do called clocking people, where I turn on my metronome and I start at 360 and then see how far they waver either direction. Holding steady. I'm just going to tell you that when I turn my metronome on to these guys, they stay between 360 and 365 the entire time. Even Frank Vignola, during his solo, is right about 362 the whole time, all by himself. Now let's listen to what he does. All right, he's taken out the chords and he's starting to play single lines. Now, this first little thing that he does is, let's see, those are offbeats. So, I mean, they're 1, 2, 3, 4, ba ba da ba da ba da ba da. They're eighth notes, but they're grouped in triplets, and he's accenting syncopated ones. So they make their own triplet within the 4 beats. It happens so fast, he doesn't have a metronome anymore. He's just doing it, and the metronome is in his head. Frank Vignola is playing single eighth note lines all by himself, and the time is not suffering. This last little thing that he did is also maybe some kind of a thing that guitar players practice. That's a pentatonic scale, I'll tell you right now. Guitar players practice the pentatonic scale. If there's one thing that they practice, it's this. But he's doing it, at Mach 10. So maybe that's a comfort thing that he did, just like Ken Peplowski outlined chord changes. Like, those are comfortable in his fingers. But also shows off his virtuosity, which is great. He went outside the key for a second right there. Just no big deal. Now, I can't talk to you very much about picking technique, but I know freakishly amazing picking technique when I see it, and that's that. Beautiful melody from Frank Vignola right there. He does a motif right here. 3 times. He changes it the 4th time because the chord changes. This is textbook taking a solo. Pick a motif, play it a couple times until the chord changes, change the motif with the chord. And again, at 360, right on the spot. Really hard to do. Nobody accompanying you. He didn't abandon the motif. That's one of my mantras. It's going to be on my gravestone. Don't abandon your motif. He kept it. And then he ended it really nicely with a cool little blues lick. So tasty. I don't know what this technique's called. He's playing octaves. Moving like crazy with his left hand now, and he's keeping this thing going with his right hand, and it's wizardry. It's wizardry. Okay, I could only rip this video from YouTube at 240 frames per second. I really apologize for that. That's why I haven't made it great big on the screen. If it were more frames per second, maybe we could pause it and see his hand in any given frame. I don't know how many we would need. But at 240, anytime you pause this video, it's going to be a freaking blur. This is beautiful. For him to think of that there on the spot is, it's such a good musician. He has the guts to leave the key, to embellish these chord changes in a way that, average Joe would never think to. It's beautiful. It's up a half step is what it is. So if we're in A flat, he's going up to A, C sharp, E, back to A flat. It's a really good device. Okay, one of the most amazing things about this video is that if you watch his face, he could be figuring out like difficult math problems or something, right? Like he could be calculating angles. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something really boring because his face, I know that's not boring for some people, but his face looks like he could just be washing the dishes. Like this is nothing to him. And it's one of the things that makes it the very best thing on the internet. Frank Vignola. Whew. It's a good thing he doesn't have to breathe. He can breathe the whole time. If he were, we'd be seeing his face get red, white, like a traffic signal. If he had to breathe into a horn, he doesn't. Okay, for this next section, he's just gonna go hog wild, and I'm just gonna let him play. And you can see he starts to smile because he's about done with his solo. He knows he's made it, and he looks up at his friend to give just a little cue. Come on back in, Ken. Gosh, this business of but eighth notes the whole time. Just Ken Peplowski came in ready to go. The other thing I want to say as Ken Peplowski finishes this first chorus right here, is that if you go back and listen to the Art Tatum, if you go back and listen to the original Dixieland band, if you listen to the Bix Beiderbecke, you're going to be able to pick out things that those recordings have that this recording has. Not only are these men accomplished on their instruments, not only have they practiced for thousands of hours, not only have they probably played with the best musicians on earth for hundreds of hours. They've done their homework. All the time when you listen to the two of them play, you're going to hear things that they know deep within themselves from jazz history. You're going to hear things leak out that sound like Louis Armstrong, that sound like Benny Goodman, that sound like Django Reinhardt. You're going to, who also has a great recording of Tiger Rag. They're going to pay homage with everything they do while still being themselves. It's the best thing on the internet. I just have to say it, at this part, Frank Vignola is looking up at Ken Peplowski like he's going to say, "Hey, Dad, can I have 10 cents to go buy an ice cream cone?" Audience comes in clapping after this genius display of a chorus by Frank Vignola where he plays, again, so fast with his right hand, I don't even know what the rhythm is. He might be doing triplets. They could be 16th notes. They're just crazy, crazy fast. That's all I know. Audience knew it. They clapped because they know that we're off to the races. Here comes Ken Peplowski. We're about to finish up. He comes to the top of his register, and then he's going right back down. What's he going to do? Okay, I don't know if you noticed, but right here, Frank Vignola went to single notes. All of his accompaniment changed from chords to just octaves. And it gives a real drive as we enter into this home stretch. Did you see the nod that Ken Peplowski gave? I'll rewind just a little bit so that you can see why he gave a little nod right there. Oh my gosh, now Frank Vignola looks like a kid at the candy store. He looks like a guy who is happy to be there. Can you even believe that ending? Oh my gosh. Just bam. Right on the beat. The crowd goes crazy. I was just about to leap out of my soul when I saw them do this in person. It's just like nothing else. I can't even tell you the feelings I get when I see two people share something like that in front of, thousands of people who don't get all of the intricacies of it. I don't even get all of the intricacies of it, but feel it and realize that they are in the company of masters. Really, it's just so much joy to watch these two do that. And Mr. Vignola, Mr. Peplowski, if you guys see this video, thank you. Thanks for what you taught me as a kid, and thank you for what you did in this performance. Thank you for your hours of practice and preparation to be able to play with something that brings so much joy. If you'd like to see this video a little bit more in-depth, you can watch it on the Nebula platform. You also could have watched it a couple of days ago on the Nebula platform because I always put things there first. Nebula is a place where I put things that go a little deeper than they do on YouTube. My videos will oftentimes be early, be extended, and there will be extra videos on Nebula that you never see here on YouTube, like the courses that I've created. And the way that I've learned about harmony, I've thoroughly set up a way for you to do it too in an online course that I've produced through the Nebula platform. And it's a 2-part course, and it's about 2 hours long, and it's called Everything I Know About Chords. Part 1, Part 2. And in this class, I walk you through music theory slowly and with purpose, giving you opportunities as you sit at your instrument, could be piano, could be guitar, could be saxophone, to practice everything I'm going over. And even if you've never heard of a major chord or a minor chord before, you'll be able to understand everything, because I take you right from the beginning, and I take you just about as far as I can take you. Everything I Know About Chords, Part 1 and Part 2, that's just one of the classes that I've created on Nebula. I already mentioned my How to Create Meaningful Motif course. This is one that I worked a really long time to develop, and I'm super proud of it. I have another one about the blues that I shot with my friend Adam Neely, and I have 4 in-depth interviews with amazing jazz pianists where we go into great detail about how they think when they make musical choices. I learn a ton from them every time. I've interviewed Larry Goldings, Dennis Ham of Thundercat, Jackie Terrison, and Jacob Mann. This series is under the Classes tab in Nebula, and it's known as Quarter Notes with Amy. Nebula is also the place where I put my videos first. You can always see them several days before you'll be able to see them on YouTube, and I can put bonus videos and extended cut videos on Nebula that you will never see on YouTube because it's a place for going deeper. I can go really in depth and show you musical examples from recordings in ways that I never could on YouTube because of how difficult it is to avoid the freaking copyright strikes there. Joining Nebula won't just get you access to all of my extra videos, it'll also get you access to bonus content from many other music creators that you already know, like Mary Spender, Adam Neely, 12-Tone Music, Charles Cornell, and it's a platform with no ads ever. There's nothing to let you know how many times a video has been viewed or liked or commented on, because those things don't matter on Nebula. It's a place to learn about the world around you. And you can do that across the entire platform as you explore videos about a variety of subjects. Breathtaking original videos from Nebula. Subjects ranging from film, current events, history, culture, and even some that are just plain fun, like the original series, Jet Lag the Series, where hilarious friends race across the globe and complete challenges and make me laugh my butt off every time. Signing up for Nebula is easy if you use my code. It's only $36 for the entire year, which is less than 1 cup of coffee per month. $3 per month, it's a really low price to get everything that you get with Nebula. And also, one really cool perk is that you can now access guest passes, so that if you watch a video that you think is absolutely amazing and your friend doesn't have Nebula, you can share it with your friend. Check out all of the different levels of sharing that are available to you. I'd love to be able to help you to fill in these gaps, progress faster on your musical path than maybe you ever have before. Thanks everybody so much for watching this with me. I hope you smiled as big as I did, and I'll see you next time on Amy Nolte Music.